Hello, I'm Robin Davis.
And I'm Naz Islam.
And this is the Friday Fixture.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, welcome back. Naz, firstly, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing not too bad, thank you. On this fine Friday afternoon. I'm having a really good Friday.
Good lad.
And I love that day of the week.
Me too.
Yeah.
You sound like you got a gun to your head right now. Mr. Maranakis behind you. Firstly, we have got a lot to talk about in this podcast. But firstly, we need to introduce some of our favourite guests. Last week we said the GOAT was on. These two are also two of our GOATs.
Thank you very much.
Seth.
For
reasons that will be explained in a second.
So Seth's not goated.
Sorry, you are going to Seth.
There was ad Seth. Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
I'm so sorry, Seth. You know you're the GOAT. You're the original GOAT of this podcast. So you guys have also controversially released another podcast rivaling ours. But I just thought I'd give you a few, not minutes, but within reason.
You could say.
But if you want to explain your podcast and sort of the context of it, and tell our listeners.
We started the Winging It pod, so WINGIN with an apostrophe afterwards, as there are alternative Winging It podcasts.
Copyright.
We just wanted to try our own little
Copyright
thing.
has been an issue for us.
Actually, has. We're one for free at the moment.
We are 1 for 3. 2 of them have been taken down. We are appealing though. We fight the fight.
Okay.
You could say we were inspired by the Friday Fixture.
I think you'd have to say
we
that.
enjoyed it so much that we decided to make our own.
Seth, do you have something to say?
I can give a tiny copyright tidbit. So we looked up royalty-free music as for the intro, but what happened was we just got a song called Royalty.
How did I not join up the dots on that? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Which is not.
So I thought that context, like the actual things you were saying in your podcast, was why you put down. No, it's because of the music.
It's
We're very well
our
behaved.
introductory music
wow.
is in fact not royalty free. It's called Royalty.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Easy mistake to make.
easy mistake.
But we have a nice little
at least you
mix
didn't
of-
use
We
like
moved.
Lord Royals or something. That would have been really bad.
Well, yeah,
and you
yeah.
definitely would have got sued.
Yeah, would have got the boys
Okay,
sent
sorry.
around.
Well,
We
apart
would've.
from being sued or potentially being sued, how's the podcast going? Just tell us a little bit about it. apart
Super
from the
well,
name.
yeah. Go on, Kieran.
No, it's super fun. We've gone from we start off footy, sport. It is both our main interests, I would say. We've also delved into guests, following on from you, fine gents. But we've added a sort of, if we have a guest on, we ask them to bring their own topic to talk about.
Oh, nice. We can steal all these ideas, mate. This is great.
Yeah, but you will get done for copyright, though. Yeah, don't get that twisted. But yeah.
We used a different booth as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys, everyone listening, have listened to their podcast, Winging It.
Winging.
The
Sorry.
Winging It podcast. Only on
My
Spotify
bad.
at the moment, but we are going to film it. And then you can see our lovely faces again.
Exactly. Okay. Right. Well, moving on from that. Obviously, there wasn't that many upsets in the FA Cup, unfortunately, which is a shame. But there was Macclesfield, Naz, winning against Burnley away.
Mansfield.
Did I say it was? Wait, sorry, Mansfield. My bad.
Yeah.
I apologise.
Easy
I'll
mistake
do that
to make.
again. It was Macclesfield Town, even that they beat.
No,
Still not.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Still not quite. So close.
Oh dear. Right, let's start this again.
You'll get it this time.
So it was Mansfield Town, Mansfield Town, who beat Burnley in the cup. But the question I was going to ask you, Naz, was the disparity between the leagues seems less at the moment. The quality of the second goal, that free kick, was amazing. It wouldn't have looked out of place in the Premier League. Is there less disparity between the divisions, would you say? And is that a good example of it?
I think it's always been like that. Like, I don't think, we really get to appreciate how good, even semi-pro players are.
Yeah.
Like, they are unbelievable. And I think it's purely just a case of, luck and circumstance that so many of them don't end up playing for bigger teams just because
the numbers as well, right? You got to fit into a box. And
exactly.
Yeah,
and it's just like
okay.
the right scout on the right day. You might not have been at that club. You might be at a different whatever. And it's, so much of it is luck. I think about it in terms of Declan Rice when I hear about how he ended up being such a big player. For so long he was literally just casually knocking about and no big
Chelsea's
teams
academy,
really picking
wasn't
up.
he?
Yeah, and then eventually it was just this guy actually seems really good. Let's pick him up. And there's so many golden players that are just missing because of that.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a shout out to Louis Reed, who obviously scored the goal. I mean, it's amazing free kick.
It's very, very
Have you seen
good.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. The quality of the
I would say just also across the board, and this includes the Premier League. I mean, there's always I don't know, let's say flashback to like 2010. I think you had the big six, and then there was quite a big drop off. Whereas now it's like really everyone in the Prem, bar maybe one or two teams you look at, and it's like they've got some seriously good players, and that has dropped down to the Championship as well, and League One and League Two. So I think just generally, like with the free kick, like he's just seeing really high quality footballers playing for lower ranked clubs, as opposed to like a disparity kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just across the board, the football is better.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following AFC Wimbledon quite closely for local radio on Saturdays. Their standard is really high, and I was maybe a little bit shocked. Maybe that not to be rude,
I think it's super easy to be dismissive, but like it is like, and it's not just the odd wonder strike. Like there's some good football being played like lower down the leagues.
And also maybe what is a good testament is that like it's not just like former academy players from like the Premier League who are going down to. It's actually players that have come through, let's say AFC Wimbledon, whoever it might be, or Mansfield Town's academy, and playing like really high standard, having not necessarily been through, you know, a Premier League academy or wherever it might be, or a Championship, and still being incredibly high standard. So yeah, I think it's a testament, isn't it?
Naz's Declan Rice point was super interesting actually. Like you do get it with players. I don't know specifically of Rice, where perhaps when they're a little bit younger, it's more like a psychological confidence thing. Like the talent has always been there.
Yeah.
And then they do move up, you know, they get a feel for themselves. Yeah. And you see them blossom later on, which obviously is great to see.
No, it's great, and obviously a great result for Mansfield Town. They go through to the Cup. Sadly, I've forgotten who they're playing next.
I wonder.
Yeah, I'll have a look later. Some good.
Are we joking there? Do we actually not know the answer?
I've actually forgotten.
It is Arsenal.
Is it Arsenal?
Yeah, they've got us.
Sorry.
They have got us. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't set my note. I didn't write
I
it
can't
down.
remember if we are home or away, because I was going to follow up in that these places are very tough places to go and win.
Oh, is it away? Is it away as well? I should know this. That's
But
really
these
bad
places
prep for
are for like lower leagues. They are tough places to
You're gonna
go
get
and
slapped, mate.
to go and win.
Yeah.
I think they were at home to Burnley, were they? No,
They were
away at
Turf Moor.
Burnley. They
They were at
away
Turf Moor.
yeah.
It makes it even more impressive. But going to these places, like you're not playing on some of them. You're on like AstroTurf.
Yeah.
It's tough to go, and if you're used to pristine level Prem.
Do you remember Sutton back in the day?
Yeah, the
When you beat them,
Piegate.
Piegate, exactly.
Yeah.
But they did fantastic, and they had a 4G pitch as well.
Cool story. My parents used to live right next to the ground there before I was born.
Claim for fame.
They don't like football at all.
Speaking of the pitches, did you see the Grimsby Wolves pitch?
No.
Just like
Mud
mud
bath.
bath.
It
There
was
you go, bro.
genuinely
you can tell we do a
insane.
pod together.
Amazing. Also, I like how you both kind of speak like you're very in tune with each other. It's like one another finishes
You
a
said
sentence.
The alley-oop.
It's natural. It's nice. It's good to see, lads. Because obviously, to go back to Macclesfield, obviously, who did lose to Brentford away, Brentford at home. That was a very spirited performance, I thought. Now
It's been a lovely cup run from them,
Yeah.
you know, and I think they have a lot to be proud of. And I can understand why their manager, is it John Rooney?
John Rooney.
He sounded devastated in his interview.
That's good though, right? That's good.
Because the thing is though, like, because they lost on an own goal and they put in a really good performance, like a slightly better day, and they're like in the fifth round of the FA Cup. Like it's pretty.
Yeah, no,
you
lots
know,
to shout about.
But maybe it'll help them for their league form, and then it's a good use of energy, isn't it? You can use that positive from obviously beating Crystal Palace in the third round, and use it as a narrative for the rest of your season. Obviously, it's a shame they lost to Brentford. I also quite like Keith Andrews after the game. Do you see this? He came to the dressing room. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Nice
and
touch.
a lot of respect.
I was thinking about this though. Like, how would you
okay.
feel there? You know, like I bet some of those players are like,
I like it.
What? Because it's Keith Andrews.
No,
No, if it's Jose Mourinho, you'd be like, fair play.
Right, who the fuck is that curly hair bloke
matter,
walking in our
just-
dressing room?
just the
He was a
opposition
set piece
manager
coach
coming
last
in
year.
at all. Like it just like, but I get it. But it is like, you know,
What do you mean? It's a bit patronising? Do you feel a bit?
that's what I
patronised?
mean. Yeah, it's
I
like.
just tap you on the shoulder and say how great you are.
I mean, it's how you do
after
it,
you've
isn't
lost.
it?
Yeah, it is, but it's like, you know, you're already like, you're like, oh, we're in the FA Cup, we did so well, and like, you know, you're grieving because you've lost this game, and then the opposite manager comes in and he's just like, yeah, good job, guys. No, you were really good. You know,
We had it where we
didn't quite have it.
beat Woking, Watford that is, in the cup in 2019. The season we reached the final actually. We beat them 2-0 and it
How's
was
the
when we
final
had
go?
not very well. We'll get on to that.
That was mean.
We had a great day out.
Did you go?
Yeah, of course,
Oh,
man. Anyway, we had Javi Gracia in charge, and he has a chant. Javi Gracia, he drinks sangria. And they had a northern manager, and they swapped a bottle of sangria and Newcastle brown ale at the end of the game, which I thought was really
That's
cute.
beautiful.
Lovely touch.
That's cute. Well, yeah, we obviously got some big ties in the next round, which I'd forgotten one of. But the biggest one, I think, maybe from a narrative point of perspective, might, apart from the Mansfield game, is Wrexham versus Chelsea. Two big American owners. And now obviously Wrexham is sort of part owned by some massive billionaire, aren't they, as well as the two faces. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think we've got some good storylines, hopefully. Hopefully not for their Netflix series, whatever it is, their Disney series, but
Prime, Disney.
There's already
Prime anyway. Does it even exist?
They've got this is already another storyline.
I know.
Like, no matter what happens, big game against.
I don't know about you, but I feel like everyone's just waiting for them to have one big cup run.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I mean, they did it a few years back. I remember they had Sheffield United, and I think they lost on pens. But
I'm just saying
they were
it
in
'cause
non-league, like
Yeah.
and also with the Chelsea point, like just how Chelsea sort of, obviously they were a much larger team than Wrexham. But in the early 2000s, when all that money got pumped in, obviously different level, but there are similarities too with what's going on with Wrexham. I mean, just kind of like the capitalist side of football, shall we say?
Fair enough. I mean, I feel like sadly capitalism is
it's
football.
very much a part of the game now.
Arsenal's owner owns is it Walmart, the big supermarket chain?
Might be
one of the big ones.
one of the big ones.
There's a lot of that going around, isn't there? I mean, I don't think sadly any Premier League club can get away.
You can't survive if you don't have it.
There's no they used to own Warburtons and now they own. It doesn't really exist these days.
Warburtons,
McVitie's.
It's just because I heard an advert this morning, 175th anniversary this year.
Of Warburtons?
I think so, yeah.
Half and half.
Look up later.
It's Hovis. That's
meaty bread.
Hovis. My bad. My bad.
But yeah, so there's some good ties happening in the next round. I'm not really sure how I can arc to the next kind of summary from this week just gone, but I thought we should talk, going from the joys of the FA Cup, maybe to talk briefly about the Jim Ratcliffe fallout. There isn't really an easy way for me to arc from that. There isn't
Capitalism.
really a story. Well, maybe the capitalism, yes.
Yeah, rich owners,
He was at the...
talking about dickhead owners.
Because he was at the Economic Forum meeting. That's where he got asked the question about...
These lot always cutting about the World Economic Forum. That's where David Beckham was when there was all that stuff going
about
down.
his son.
About his son.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Just like David Beckham at a World Economic Forum. Like, he was giving a speech or something like that.
Was it like being on Epstein's Island? Just don't go. Just don't go.
Stay away.
Yeah.
I got a VIP invite.
No, don't do it, lads. Just don't do it. Stay at home. I didn't know. I was trying to ask this sort of tentatively and kind of sensitively, but I think it's important we do talk about it. But yeah, he did use the word colonisation, not once but twice. I feel like the first time you say that word feels like maybe you could have been mistaken. You say it twice, it's like no, you know what narrative you're trying to spin and all these other things.
Yeah.
And it felt a little bit like, because there's narratives that he'd met Nigel Farage before this Economic Forum. His face looked like the man that's been told to say something on camera. He looked quite sheepish. But yeah, I suppose the question is, Naz, I'll ask you first, politics and football, should they be separate? Can they live in harmony? Or, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think you can keep politics out of almost anything, including football. Like, everything is politics all the time, unfortunately, but also maybe a good thing. I think the thing is with Ratcliffe, I wouldn't necessarily say he got told what to say, but because I think...
I'm not trying to put words in his mouth.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying allegedly, or rather visually it looked like a man that didn't really feel comfortable saying what he was saying, but I can't speak his mind.
I get you, but I think the thing is, like, when you're that, like, rich and you kind of own a big club, you kind of do whatever you want anyway. So, like, if he said what he said, then he's going to own it regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just weird. Like, why? Nobody's asking you.
Just a bitter old man, really,
yeah,
to be honest. Just got overexcited and thought he'd spout some rubbish.
It was just the
and
report.
it was exactly that.
Exactly.
Rubbish.
It was the reporter who just, like, prompted him to be like, did you really mean to say that?
Yeah.
And then he was like, yes, I did mean to say it. And I was like, oh, he's gone.
And then his apology as well was pathetic.
It's a non-apology,
He's like, I'm
wasn't it?
sorry I offended you. It's like, well, that's not really how it works, mate. But
Well, I thought what was interesting, just in terms of Manchester United's men's team, was they did that picture in the online of like all the players that wouldn't be in the squad if they didn't come through immigration and played for Man United. There was one player left. So it goes to show, doesn't it? So yeah
I'm not sure how I felt about that point, to be honest. I don't know about you lot. So
the picture that they
I don't know. It's just, I mean,
I think it was just to prove.
Yeah,
it was
in
just to prove,
in context.
Yeah,
it's obviously
context,
he's gone very far one way. So
Yeah.
everyone's gone, right,
Yeah.
if you're going to be that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a structured position as well. It's like you're being paid probably a lot of money by this bloke who clearly has these views that are potentially quite extreme.
Yeah.
But it's like every month you get this pay. It must be quite a conflict of interest, mustn't it? Like your personal.
I don't know how much they think about that,
No, okay.
to be honest.
Fair enough. Maybe I'm spinning an narrative
think-
that doesn't exist. Who knows?
No, I wouldn't
Just
go that
take the
far,
money,
but
don't
I
they?
think yeah, I think
I
they
mean,
just
maybe not
don't
all of
see.
them, you
You've
know what I
obviously got a
mean,
few that will see it
Yeah.
in a different light to others, but I think like, a lot of them just want to play footy and
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
it.
it's not like
don't
American
care.
sports where you get like the owner picking up the trophy at the end of the season. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it takes
it's its own kind of separate thing. Obviously,
They're a
it
lot
does
more
move
quiet.
into the dialogue, but I find it very hard.
And I
to
think that-
players are thinking about ownership unless it's affecting what's happening on the pitch.
and I think that
Yeah.
makes it even all the more something when an owner comes out and says something like that, because English football owners don't really say much at all.
Yeah.
So when you get one, that
I was thinking
does-
about this in terms of like how relevant owners think that they are. I think they're trying to
How relevant they are,
I
yeah.
think they're trying to become like more of a voice in football. Like I think they want to be acknowledged because they're putting all this money in, and so they'll
Yeah.
talk more and do more interviews.
Particularly
but
with the amount of Americans
Yeah,
who have come over.
exactly, and maybe I guess it's just a cultural thing, right? But it's nice to see. Like I think the working class side of football has basically gone, we do not care about like just give us your money and run the club and
The
shut
reaction.
it.
Shut up and empty your pockets.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's a
You
nice
said
way
you want
to- nice way to end it. Just shut up. Just keep your voice. Keep your mouth shut if you can.
Dribble.
Yeah, stop the dribble.
Stop the dribble.
Dribble. Did
Not
you
what
say
you-
dribble or dribble?
Dribble.
Shut up and dribble.
Oh, shut up and
sorry.
dribble.
Okay, well, moving on. Again, there's not really an
You could do it,
Very
Robin. I believe in you.
easy art from this, but yeah, I'm going to move on from that.
Find it, it's there.
It's there.
Talk about the championship roundup now. Because I thought it was obviously on Monday. Coventry played Borough, beaten 3-1. I thought it was a bit of a turning point maybe for Frank Lampard after a little bit of a dodgy Christmas and kind of New Year period, and there was a bit of a wobble, wasn't there? They'd kind of gone this massive run before Christmas, and everyone's sort of thinking, well, they're dead certs to go up to the Premier League. Haji Wright as well has been playing incredibly well for them of recent.
Another yank.
I was going to ask you, Naz, just firstly on Haji Wright, do you think that game and also just the season he's having is, I'm going to upset Matt Hayhurst over this, a nice audition to the Premier League, with or without Coventry City?
Wait, I don't understand the question. Repeat.
Oh, sorry.
no, I genuinely just didn't understand.
Oh, well, I just thought, because Haji Wright, in theory, will probably get promoted with Coventry.
As in, do I think he'll be a good addition to the
Yeah.
Premier League?
With
well-
or without Coventry is my point.
Well, yeah.
Might get a move, I think is
Yeah,
what
I think
Robin
he'll get
is
a move. I think
alluding to.
he'll get a move after this season, regardless. If they do go up, I think other teams will notice that. What he'll do is, I think if he does move, he'll go to like a Crystal Palace type team. I think that would be his next step. Because I think if Coventry come up, I don't see him staying up.
He actually hasn't been very good this year, to be honest. I mean, he is a very good player, and when he first joined Coventry, it was a bit like, oh shit, they've got him. But they've rotated. I mean, Thomas Asante was the main man up front to begin the season. Ellis Sims got a few games recently. Obviously, I mean, a hat-trick on Monday, massive for him, and I do think he can be Premier League quality. But he hasn't actually been great this year.
Fair enough.
They just have so much strength and depth, Coventry. I mean, it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
You know
Do you
what
think
I-
it's maybe more? Is he one of those players, that's a bit of a Sky game player? What I'm saying is the Sky
Oh,
cameras.
honestly, there's
And
more of them than you think.
Yeah, I was gonna
genuinely,
say that-
particularly in the Championship.
So Monday night, I don't think there was a Premier League game on that night, was there? So it was just that was the sole narrative game
It's
that
that
was
on
on the telly.
Macclesfield, wasn't it? Or-
Okay, yeah, fair point.
yeah.
But in terms of like Championship or Premier
Yeah.
League, so maybe there's an element to him just being like this. To my
Yeah.
point, maybe this was kind of one of his auditions to a Premier League club. And
But
seems
a
past it as-
Sky game player also means you're a big game player, and a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
game player is never a bad thing. To
I
have
think
in
it
your
will
team.
come together for him.
Yeah.
But I would say if Coventry do get promoted, I don't expect him to go anywhere, personally.
Okay.
I feel like that would be quite a good position for him to, you know, catapult his career and then perhaps get a move the season after.
What do you think also, just, on very good players potentially moving, you worried about any of your Watford stars?
Yeah, I mean, if we don't go up, it's Loser in particular. To be fair, I think even if we do go up, Loser probably leaves.
What a name, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He is fantastic, and we have other players too who I was worried they might get a move. Chatfatadze, our Georgian fella, is one of them. But he had a really bad injury. He was out for 6 months. And since he's come back, hasn't really looked the same while still being decent. So I'd say Imran loses the main one.
But is he better than Haji Wright?
Just as a player, yeah. Imran loses better than Haji Ratcliffe.
Well, just quickly as well, just back to Coventry chat. So Frank Lampard's, do you think if Coventry do get promoted to the Premier League, which I think they have a strong chance now, I think that result probably gives them fighting chance.
Yeah, massive result, by the way. Could you
Yeah, it's a
imagine them
huge
losing
result.
that?
Yeah,
I mean,
that probably would have been
they've
just
been-
fighting for playoffs, wouldn't they?
yeah. I
essentially?
mean, you mentioned a little wobble. Big wobble, really.
It was a big
like-
one, but I was trying to be kind to Frank Lampard.
What
for
was
sure.
their- what was
it
their
was
gap?
like, it felt like
Yeah.
if that one went, then you're really like,
Yeah.
they're
What
kind
was
of
their
fucked.
gap?
They had like 10 points.
yeah.
It
It was
It was
ridiculous.
big.
They were
Was
well
it-
clear.
Did it get to
I mean,
15 at one point? I'm sure
I mean,
there
they
was
were
12,
really
15.
far away. I don't
Yeah.
know the exact numbers of it, but I mean,
I
and
think
Borough,
before-
did Borough not? Did they start that game top of the league? I don't even know. But yeah, they did, didn't they? And I think
Well, they
Cover
also-
won clear now potentially. I forget the exact numbers.
It'd be nice for Borough to come second, wouldn't it? But yeah, just quickly on Frank Lampard, if Coventry do get promoted, will he still be Coventry manager? Because I feel like there's a lot of talk as well of Crystal Palace being keen on him, because obviously Glasner's really wanting to leave, keeps telling us every week that he wants to leave. Yeah, do we think he'd go to a Crystal Palace?
I
or do
think
you
he
he'd stay at Cov?
personally would be mental to leave, quite
Oh, yeah.
frankly. Because they do have an amazing squad, and as great as they were for the first half of the season, they have had that drop off. You know, if they ran away with the league and won it by 20 points, which looks like it's definitely not going to happen, then maybe. But yeah, I mean, I think if he goes up, you want to continue building what you've.
Plus, it
set
never
out
works.
at
It never
Coventry.
works for Lampard when he leaves the Championship club to go and.
He's got a
pursue
hangover.
things elsewhere.
And he's got
Yeah.
three
Well,
months.
you
From
could
all of
argue
his-
that. I said this I think on the first pod we did, like about the first season at Chelsea, and I feel like he got unlucky that the pandemic really hindered the run that Chelsea were on at that point. 'Cause
Had that embargo as well.
we just beat exactly.
Yeah,
We just beat
yeah.
Everton, and Billy Gilmore was still playing for Chelsea and playing really well. And then we had the
he
massive.
did really well at that. Also.
Yeah, he did. And he was. He
and like
had a lot of
given the
young
youth,
players. Yes.
I guess he had to.
Yeah.
He couldn't buy anyone.
Kind of the perfect job
But,
for
like,
him at that
it
time.
was perfect.
Because
It
the
was.
pressure, I mean, feels like the pressure's never off as a Chelsea manager. But
No.
if it ever was, it would have been that time
was
when
then,
you
yeah.
weren't able to sign anyone.
And
And
I
it
w-
was all the young boys coming through.
I would also say, as a final point on him, in his defence, you could argue the squad that went and won the Champions League he had built, and that they were on a bad run in January when he got the sack, and Tuchel comes in and smashes it and wins virtually all the Premier League games and the run to the Champions League. But he did play a massive part of that.
Yeah.
And I think there is an element of
Had his
luck with
fingerprints
him.
all over it.
Definitely
Yeah.
an underrated
That
job
team.
at Chelsea,
Yeah.
actually. It's a good point.
Okay, let's move on. So I also wanted to briefly mention the resurgence, the second time lucky of Martin O'Neill at Celtic. They got a last-minute winner, Naz, against Kilmarnock at the weekend, which is a fun game to watch. I feel like for them, the advantage they've now got is, the irony is, Rangers did them a favour by beating Hearts. And now Celtic are 3 points behind with a game in hand, I think, over Hearts. So the league title race has really opened up. But yeah, what do you think on Martin O'Neill going back for a second time?
I mean, the thing is, Celtic, I really wanted this season to be Hearts' year because I just wanted something different, do you know what I mean? But I also just quite like Martin O'Neill just as a character and as a name and a person in football. So it was nice for his, story, going back to Celtic. And I don't know, it was so ridiculous getting rid of him, because I know he was, willing and accepting that he'd go when Wilfried Nancy was coming in. He was like, great, Dave. He was like,
how did that work out for him as
It was-
well?
yeah.
It didn't go so well, did it? For him?
yeah, because he was literally like, as soon as you got a new manager, that's cool, I'll step aside. I don't know, the Celtic hierarchy completely got that wrong. And if they hadn't had that brief stint of bringing in Wilfried, then
Nicely done, smooth.
then they'd be probably clear now at the top of the table. So they might come
Do you
to
think
rue
they've
that.
been clear?
Well, because he was on a great, he was
Yeah.
7 out of
Do
8
you mean
wins or something like that.
they were on
That-
a roll?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
okay.
maybe was it 5-6 games or something.
I would say, in hindsight, it is very easy to say. I think at the time, given the fact that Martin O'Neill was on TalkSport about 2 days before he took the job,
I love
it
those.
did make
I love
sense. It did make sense as an
crazy.
interim appointment before
Me and
getting
Nas had the
another
same last
manager.
week, didn't we? About you get all these managers that will do these auditions on TalkSport Match of the Day, and then the next week.
Sorry,
they'll be-
Dini, desperate to get a job. It's
Yeah.
not happening, bro. I promise you.
Gagging for it.
Wait, where was
He's
he?
definitely in charge of
Forest-
Watford at some point. It has to happen.
Forest Green.
Yeah, Forest Green, exactly.
Didn't work out so well, did it?
No.
I was
Yeah.
Pretty shocking.
Did you see the celebrations for Celtic's third goal, by the way?
Oh, it was mad.
Oh my
Oh, it
god!
was
It's
great.
the geezer who was at Bournemouth, Araujo, the Mexican fella.
Yeah,
oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god!
fantastic. That
Shout
is
out
pure
him,
football.
man. That was so good to watch.
Also, I liked it because I had a scan because I'm getting a bit obsessed with this. The amount of people on their smartphones. There was no one on their smartphone. It was great. It was pure elation,
Pure love up there.
natural
Love.
love.
It really is
Yeah.
pure love
got
up there.
phones in Scotland.
But yeah, just quickly, who do you think is going to win the Scottish
Got
Premiership?
rocks.
Well, it is. You mentioned Rangers doing Celtic a favour, but I mean Rangers are very much in the race as well. You know,
It's 6
really
points,
all
I think,
three of
between
them.
the three of them.
Yeah, so it's quite close. So there's every chance, and they play each other
I
like.
fancy Rangers, you know.
Kieran.
I reckon Hearts do it, you know.
Yeah, okay,
They've got belief on their side. They've got everyone outside of Scotland on their side as well.
Yeah,
Wow. Outside of Glasgow.
No, I
Fair
agree.
enough.
Yeah.
As well. So,
that's true. No?
Hearts. Got to hope
Hearts.
for it. Got to hope and wish.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Celtic.
ooh,
I like Martin
just to be
O'Neill.
different.
Yeah.
I like Martin.
Yeah,
I want him to do well. I think he deserves it. But yeah, let's just briefly mention. Yeah, last night we obviously had Monaco 2, PSG 3. Doué came on, scored a great goal and 2 goals, sorry, and kind of was an assist for the third as well. The Golovin red card looked quite soft, but I feel like in slow motion in football, most of these kind of scrapes on the leg look quite bad. I don't know if you've seen the replay, but I don't think it was as bad as it looked. If it happened in real time, it would obviously hurt you. You get like a skin graze from it, but you wouldn't be out injured for the rest of the season. Like, so yeah, I think those slow mos.
No, the slow mos and the stills need
Yeah,
to
they
be
make it look
eliminated
bad.
from VAR.
The stills are crazy.
The stills
are
bro.
crazy.
I mean, what is that telling anyone?
Anything looks bad on the still.
Exactly. Well, the game from last night as well, I thought would be quite interesting to talk about a little bit. Was obviously the Benfica Real Madrid game. Vinny's goal, if you've not seen it, is a mental finish. I
Banger.
loved it. It was a banger, yeah. It definitely was. Was it top bins? We're calling it top bins?
I'm
I feel
calling it top
Oh,
bins.
it's
I'm doing it
bins.
right
yeah,
now.
you know, the official terminology of top
Yeah,
bins.
yeah,
Yeah. I feel it's in that
Qualifies.
bracket. wasn't it?
Yeah.
Depends on the bin, arguably.
Yeah. Bins at the bottom then.
I mean,
right?
different
Yeah.
sizes. It's just.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
personally would say it's top bins, but you would have to put like a
Well,
nice
so-
industrial.
What do you mean by different size bins? Let's just get to that real quick.
I'm just saying, little paper basket on the floor. Is
Yeah.
that tucking in there? I don't know if it is.
Did you ever play that game on your iPhone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Paper
What's it
toss.
called?
It's not going in that.
Paper toss.
It's not
It's
going
not
in
go,
that.
that's true. Yeah, it's not
Like,
quite
is it
top that
level
bin.
like 10 or whatever, the
Yeah.
extreme one where the bend you had to get
The wind is like
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great game. Naz, you can do that next time you procrastinate. You don't have to play Baggio's free kicks, mate.
Always know. If you're listening to the Friday Fixture, you got any procrastination games for me?
I think the first time I met Naz, he was playing Badgers. His computer, I was like, this guy is cold, bro.
Never spoken before. He's just playing that, yeah. But sorry, I thought it'd be good as well. Well, not good, but I think it's important we talk about the allegations against Prestiani. He obviously put his top over his mouth, and there are allegations from Vinny that he was racially abused. The game was then, was it for about 12 minutes that they kind
it's
of
like a
paused
10-minute
it?
delay.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because we don't have any information. We can't visually see anything. It's just one person's word against the other.
Are you covering your mouth if you're calling him a good bloke?
Probably not. No.
So what's he gonna say after that?
But then the players, I'm not defending him, but players afterwards, you see them do that quite a lot, don't they? So but it must have been, it's either he definitely did. I'm not saying he didn't, but it must have been pretty
I mean,
horrendous.
difficult to really comment on, but you would imagine. I mean, why is Vinny storming over to the ref?
Yeah.
Otherwise?
Yeah.
But I think the thing I forgot to mention was obviously I felt really sorry for Vinny that did he get a yellow card for celebrating? And it wasn't even that bad a celebration. He just danced in front of the corner flag, and then their fans reacted, but that happens all the time in football. Like,
I mean, he's
why are we gonna?
developed a rep, hasn't he?
It really has.
Unfortunately? And
He
I feel like
has,
any time he
yes.
even goes close to sort of inciting supporters to get pissed off. Inciting, is that right? Is that the correct word? I'm mixed between
maybe not
enticing and
inciting,
inciting, and I mean,
I know what you mean though.
just doing a little
Egging
bit
up,
of the
yeah.
showmanship.
He does
all of
it,
that, he's getting booked,
and the
which
fans
is
go-
ridiculous because it's a bit of fun. You should be able to dance in the corner after a goal.
I agree.
I was
think
gonna
of the
say if
same-
Neymar does it, everyone's like,
Yeah.
There's a separate point. When you're at a game and a player knees dives into the corner and gives it a large one or something, are you one of those people who properly loses their head? Because at Watford it happens all the time.
Really?
And I looked to my right and people were genuinely fuming. I'm like, bro,
I
get over yourself. It's calm.
I'm one of those fans where I care enough that I'll be a bit sad after a game.
I'll
we
throw
lost.
a lighter
But-
at them and then I'll move on.
but I won't it won't ruin my week. But I have friends that and that's not a bad thing, but they obsess with football and it is essentially their life. whether you love or hate
Weirdos,
those kind
bro.
of yeah. I'll tell them later. Who it will ruin like their whole week, and they'll be really upset about it. So yeah, I don't know what. Naz, do you get really upset?
Yeah, it's when it comes to the celebrations though. Like you'd have to be such a negative individual to watch someone celebrating scoring.
My dad.
The only like.
Is it your dad throwing the fire, the lighter at people?
He throws the £2 coins and I throw the
Oh
clip.
wow!
I'd only like
You get
understand
sued
it.
by your dad. Now.
Getting the Rio Ferdinand treatment.
He knows.
Sorry, Naz, carry on.
No, I'd only feel like that for like a player that objectively is just like known to be a controversial character, like outside of the game.
Vinny,
or,
maybe?
Poor Vinny.
Poor guy.
Sorry, but yeah.
No, yeah, that's just and I don't think throw anything. Maybe.
Are you saying you have thrown something?
No, it would be like maybe I don't know, plastic cup. You know?
Were you that guy that threw the
Respectful.
paper airplane from the top of Wembley?
Now
down?
that
I was
Yeah,
at
well,
that game.
Were you? Was it you?
I'll just say.
You were throwing the coins again, yeah.
I was throwing
They were loaded with coins.
Like who lit it?
Suck it within
Get
the
all 11 of them,
airplanes.
He lit it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Just quickly as well, because obviously I feel like Mourinho he's the master at this, like stoking up fires, and I think he didn't help after the game, and he was basically just saying it was all Vinny's fault, and I feel like he needs to just get back
I
in
love
his box
Joe's
a little bit.
ridiculous comments. Also,
it
what
was
an idiot
ridiculous.
for getting sent off when you got the chance to go back to the Burnabeu and be on the touchline.
yeah.
Potentially the last time ever.
Yeah.
And you can't just not have an argument for 5 minutes.
What-
It's crazy to me, honestly.
What's mad is just a quick prediction of the second leg. Obviously, they lost this game, Benfica. You could so see Benfica going away to the Bernabeu and just sneaking a 2-1, couldn't you? Or something just crazy, or in extra time or penalties. What do we think quickly on who's going to win the second leg?
Second leg. Come back to me, but I want to see what
Okay.
you guys think.
And as much as I'd like for it to happen, I don't think it will.
Okay.
I think Real will get over the
Fair
line.
enough.
Nah, you need something from that first leg, like in my eyes, and especially with Jose not on the touchline now, it's just like I see Real Madrid just kind of rolling them over. To be completely honest,
Naz, have you had some time to think? What do you think?
Yeah, so basically, here's what's going to happen in the second leg, right? So
See the
it's going to
script,
be.
you got the
Naz
It's
has a
gonna be-
reputation, by the way, if you're not listening recently, of like predicting mad scorelines.
So in the second leg,
we got for Birmingham. It was 6-0 Birmingham or something.
Real Madrid are going to take a 1-0 lead at the Bernabeu, and so they'll be up 2-0 on aggregate, and then Benfica will pull one back, and then it'll go to half time. And in the second half, right, take notes because like you could win some serious money.
serious
In the
dough.
second half, Jose Mourinho, he's actually going to come out. He's going to come out at half time, like onto the pitch, and he's going to do one of
Hidden in
those.
the washing
You
film.
remember that? Remember that time Phil Brown for Hull did that team talk.
Ooh, I love
He's
it.
gonna do.
I love it.
He's gonna do.
Oh, wow,
Jose
the
Mourinho's gonna
narratives,
do one of
yeah.
those. He's gonna do one of those.
Even though he's banned.
But at half time though, so it's kind of
Is that allowed?
he's gonna. Well, this is gonna be a
If anyone's
revolutionary
gonna do
thing.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So then
Laundry basket.
they'll score. They'll score in the 84th minute to make it 2-2, and everybody like, oh my god, what's going on, right?
Wow.
But then because obviously away goals doesn't really count in this anymore, right? I don't think they go. No,
It doesn't count.
so then it'll go into stoppage time, and the goalkeeper will do a repeat of what he did in the other Benfica Real Madrid game,
Wow.
and send them through.
I love it. I way prefer that to my.
Do you know what's going to happen now? It's just going to be like 1-0 to Real Madrid. That's it.
Keep the faith. Keep the faith. It
Yeah.
could happen.
I might put that on. 50p.
Put it on, mate.
50p.
You never
Would
know.
go a long way.
It could make a lot of money, man.
Well, just briefly as well, we had Galatasaray thumping Juventus 5-2. It was 2-1 to Juventus at half time,
It was
which
indeed.
is crazy. And then they won the second half 4-0, which is really impressive. But I thought that Osimhen had a really good game. He seems to be living up to the £75 million or million euros price tag. Not euros, sorry, it's in Turkey. I apologise. I forgot the currency.
use
Currency.
I did.
Euro?
We'll say
Lira?
75 million and I'll check it later.
They do use lira in Turkey as well.
Lira.
Lira.
Okay. My bad. I think he's worth that price tag that they paid for him. But I did wonder, has he missed the boat for a Premier? I feel like there was a lot of narrative of him coming to Chelsea for a few seasons. I know the owner of Chelsea loves Osimhen, but has his chance now gone? Do we feel? Was he happy there?
Never been sold on him, to be honest.
Oh really?
Really?
There was the talk of when he wanted that move after his amazing Napoli season or 2 or whatever it was, and we needed a striker as well, and there was talk of that, and I was against it to be brutally honest.
I can't.
I think he has it, to be honest.
I think it's just the fact he wanted to be on like 400 grand. And
Well, yeah.
these Turkish teams, like it feels like they've just all got loads of money now.
Insane
Like,
money,
it's
yeah.
crazy. Like they're getting proper ballers. I think he's great personally.
Yeah, I don't know the structure of their league, whether is it similar to the Saudi Arabian league, where I don't know. It seems they've suddenly found all this money, but I'm not really sure where the owners of
There's a deep dive coming.
I just mean more like they seem to have had a lot more investment
Is
than
it
I've ever
legal?
noticed. No, I'm not saying that. To clarify, I'm just meaning like I'm surprised because the Turkish league's always struggled to recruit players that were in their prime. We've often be like Drogba at the end of his career.
Wesley Sneijder.
Wesley Sneijder, yes, that's a great example. Both at Galatasaray, I think. So those kind of players, rather than like prime Osman, like going because the Thuram who was at Aston Villa. Duran, my bad.
He's gone
Who's
to
now in the
Zenit
Russian league, which is crazy.
Crazy.
There's a great video of him
He's
fighting.
chasing a bag and
Yeah,
stuff.
the defender, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's quite a decline, isn't it? Anyway,
He'll be back though.
We'll preview the Russian league
Yeah,
next
he's
time on
so
Friday
young.
Fixture.
Yeah, 20.
Sorry, Naz.
No, Duran's just so young. Like, there's definitely a future for him. Like, he's one where it could come back.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
you were
definitely.
saying about Osman, like, I think there's a tiny bit of time for him to still like find that one more big
I
move
agree.
somewhere. And also, you're not
Spurs.
convinced on him, but I bet you take him over Gyökeres.
No, I wasn't convinced on him either.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really have a say in how I run my
Never
football
liked
club.
him anyway.
But would you take him as a Gyökeres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Who is your dream
Yeah.
striker within reason?
I would love Julian Alvarez.
Oh yeah, well Chelsea linked
Great
with him as
shout.
well.
Great
I
shout. He's
would love
That'd
that.
be a
He's
bit
also
like
been linked
summer.
to Liverpool at some point
Okay.
as well, so I think everybody wants it.
Yeah.
Nah, he's class.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a bit of an echo chamber. Like you sort of follow the accounts you follow on social media of like your
Almost like they're making it up.
Exactly, and you're like, oh, we're going to sign Alvarez. And
Do
then
they
he
want
goes-
clicks?
It's almost
Got
like
you.
I've been tricked.
We should start doing that on the pod.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Messi linked with
Shouts
Arsenal.
for
Yeah,
Scoot.
fair enough. You're going to get all
You heard it here first.
all your episodes just shut down.
Put that in fucking title.
Yeah, just call it Messi and see what happens.
To be fair, you wouldn't get shut down for it as
No,
well.
you wouldn't.
You'd just be being alleged. Like you'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I just heard from someone that Akin Fen was coming out of retirement. Actually,
Just quickly, so
How many views you get for that?
do we think, just going back to the game quickly, do we think there's any chance that, because there's no away goals rule now, is there anymore? So it's just on the numerical values. So do we actually think Juventus could score 3 and go to extra time?
they
or-
could bring it back. I think.
Yeah.
They've got the
The
minerals.
They can't defend, by the way.
No,
I
they
mean,
can't.
I've seen some of the games. I think they had like a 4-4 against Inter earlier in the year. But yeah, I think it's possible at home, especially
Okay.
given the fact they were 2-1 up at half time. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It feels like I didn't watch the game. They also had a man sent
And
off.
they do have
right?
some serious ballers in their
They
attack.
had a guy sent off second half, I think.
Speaking of bad defenders, I forgot to mention Wout Faes at Monaco. That was a name I'd not.
Wout
player-
Fass has gone to Monaco.
That is
Fast.
mad.
Bro, he's
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
He was terrible last night as well. That was
Yeah.
quite fun. He gave
I
away a
don't,
penalty.
I don't think
Prem's
I've ever
worst
seen him have a
defender
good
ever.
game.
No.
That
Like,
is dark.
not once.
Dembele. Well,
he's got a
obviously
career-
Dembele went off, but like Dewey against
Career
Wout
at
Fass. Lord,
Honestly,
mercy, bro.
I remember Wout Fass scoring 2 own goals against
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh
For
yeah.
us to win a game.
Nice.
What was the other really bad game? Was it Bednarek?
Bednarek, yeah. During
I
lockdown.
had his like.
9-0.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Was
know
that
if you-
2 goals in a red or something dumb
I
like
don't
that?
even know. I mean,
Do you see that one guy, one person in the world that played FPL that season who triple captained him in that game?
that game?
He got like minus 31 points.
It's not what you
Not
want.
good. No, it's
Who's
not.
doing that?
that is
I
the
don't
funniest
know.
thing.
Who
The
is
triple
doing that?
capture when it moves into the negative. It's just more and more and more.
You just wanted to, at that stage, just like be the biggest minus number in the world, wouldn't you? But yeah, okay, let's move on to fixtures happening this weekend. I thought we'd start with the big championship game, Watford versus Derby. Will, I've wanted to start though with our tri-month at this point because the last time we were on the poll was in November. Our tri-monthly conversation about Watford's and their managers, or that lack of managers.
What does tri-monthly mean?
Every 3 months?
Well, quarterly. I should say quarterly, really. I don't know why I wrote tri-monthly.
Anyway,
Quarterly?
Yeah.
Is that
quarterly.
the
I
right
like
terminology?
quarterly. Yeah, we can work.
I'm on fire today.
I quite like tri-monthly, to be honest. I quite liked it.
That's
You all
on me.
looked at me
That's
like
on
I
me.
was
I'm
so
No,
sorry.
I liked it. I liked it.
Fair enough. Yeah, quarterly. The last time we were on the pod, obviously, you just hired again Was it like for the 4th time, Javi Gracia?
Only the second.
Second, yeah.
But, there will be 4 throughout my lifetime. Exactly. You would assume.
What is going on, please?
It's just standard Hornets, isn't it? Like, I mean, we've all heard the dialogue a million times. It's like we sack a bunch of managers. I know. I mean, this one was a little bit weird. I will add. Essentially, we got Javi. He'd more or less been in retirement for the past year. Was living in sunny Spain with his family. Obviously, when he was at us, it ended a bit sourly, as it tends to do with our managers. We got to the cup final, which, yes, we lost 6-0, Robin. And he got sacked a few months later because we lost a few games to begin the season. But we'd had a terrible window, hadn't recruited properly. It didn't really make sense. Anyway, he essentially had unfinished business. So he came back. Obviously, we needed a manager, as we tend to do. And it was great. Like, it felt like it made so much sense. Like, he seemed proper up for it. We started decently and then went on a really good run. Won 4 in a row, culminating us beating Brum on New Year's Day. So we were looking fantastic. I think we were up to 3rd in the league. And then it all just went shit. Me and Seth actually went to Bristol City away in the cup, which was after the Birmingham game. Came at a terrible time because, we had form in the league. Like, we were building on that. Like, you want to just play everyone at that point. We lost 5-1, with our backup team.
Did you leave early as well?
Yeah, I left at 3-0 because it was Kiro's birthday. Valid reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a valid reason. Would have left anyway, though. But, I was kind of thinking at the time, I think I said to Seth, I was like, I don't really care. But I should have cared because it just went so horribly downhill after that. And when he did eventually resign, and it was a resignation, it wasn't a sacking, it came out, our lead reporter for Watford, he was like, essentially he just lost motivation. And that 4-game run that we had in the lead up to the new year, apparently that was when his family were visiting from Spain. So it was very much like a psychological thing. Like, I don't think you could really put it down on it being a bad appointment per se. Anyhow, we now have another manager.
Maybe it's a bit of a blessing in disguise, because you don't want a manager who doesn't give a shit about your club, do you? So
no, and I will add it. I'm not going to say Javi loves the Orange. He loves the Orange. It's what born and bred, but he just wants to go back to Spain. I also want to go back to Spain.
Well, obviously, since then you brought in Ed Still. I think the results have been a bit mixed. 0-0 versus Hull, 1-0 loss to Southampton.
The whole one was actually still the interim
my bad.
which was Charlie Daniels. So the only game he's had was Preston away, which was 2-2, which is a solid result.
His first, well, I was going to say it was a heartbreaking Valentine's Day draw because obviously, sorry, I had to do that. Having been ahead in the game. But yeah, do you think that the Derby game is a good one to try and sort of consolidate and go again?
I mean, it's a big fucking game. Like, you've got that sort of cluster of teams, about 7 or 8 of us going for that 6th spot, it feels like. The other 5 seem more or less set. And I think there's 3 points between us. Derby are obviously in 6th. Cracking away form recently. I think beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-0, beat Bristol City 5-0. Wolfie was there. Good stuff. But I'm confident, to be honest. I am confident because the Preston game did look good. I think it's just a case of, like, I was chatting with my dad. I was like, it's just consistency. Do you know what I mean? Like, we did look good against Preston. But am I going to watch the first 15 minutes of us at home for about the 15th time this season and we're just going to go 1-0 down and I'm just going to be sitting like same old Watford? It's interesting to see. I can't really give an opinion. Like, I do generally have to wait. But we're winning 4-0.
Well, I was going to ask you, Grant, I didn't know much about Ed Still. I knew a little bit about his brother Will. I've done some digging. He speaks 3 fluent languages, French, English and Dutch, which is impressive.
French is very useful because we have a lot of French-speaking players in our squad. Maybe you had that point, sorry.
I was going to say as well, because obviously when he does get eventually fired from the Watford role, it'd be great for him to have some options in the European leagues.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, are you taking Ed Still as a manager? What are your thoughts on him?
Only time will tell, honestly. As you say, he hasn't really had a job before. But I will say he speaks excellently. He's self-aware, He didn't come out with that bullshit. He's like, I'm going to change the whole club. He's like, I know I'm unproven. I know it's a little bit of a basket case of a situation. But he was like, just give me a chance to see what I can do. And you know what? We looked forward-thinking in the first game. We played decent. We got a good point away at Preston. And if he can back that up with a win at Derby, then fuck knows. I mean, we still could somehow make the playoffs, even though
that's the
it feels like it's just
a
crazy fucking circus.
We're going to get to the Steel Derby in a second, but they were obviously in the relegation zone now, fighting. Well, you could argue fighting their way up to the playoff spots. But
Yeah.
They've got a chance.
but,
Definitely, they've got a chance.
And also, I was just going to say,
sorry,
I'll be honest, I hadn't heard much about Ed still, but I guess the question.
Just wanted to say that, innit?
But I guess the question now, I suppose.
just say the word still as many times as you can.
I guess what I've been really thinking about is
Still.
what I'm
roundabout.
really gonna, I guess, think at the end of the season, after what happens with Ed Still, I'm gonna be wondering, will still be the better Still?
Let's talk about the Still derby, please.
The Steel Derby or the Steel
Oh,
Derby.
good stuff, Robin.
It's a shame that he lost his job at Southampton because then it would have been the Steel Derby. But anyway, just quickly as well about Derby.
Okay.
They came in after they've come in after a 2-0 win against Swansea. Found a bit of form, like we were saying. Ryan Brewster. Naz, I wanted to ask you about Ryan Brewster because he was a Liverpool academy player, wasn't he? Also a Chelsea academy player, I
And a
think,
Champions League
I
winner.
was gonna say that vid of him.
He's getting a favour of the fucking medal on.
with Liverpool.
Yeah. But he
I would
obviously did nothing. He
100%
just
do
got a
that,
medal.
Did he get an appearance in the final? Did he come on?
I don't think he appeared in the final, but he would have been in the campaign at some point.
Well, then he
And-
still counts, right?
I mean, it would have been like 6 minutes or something. Like he did absolutely
Mate,
nothing.
if that
But
was
he's-
us, we're obviously doing exactly the same thing, right?
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
us are doing the
But he
same
really
thing.
wanted to rinse it. It was like social media, as you guys are saying.
Like John
when
Terry,
he's getting a
full
haircut
kit.
with the medal in his mouth and all of that. Like, it's really.
I'd have done the
okay.
same. Let's be honest, we'd all do the same.
That JT
in
one of
position.
him not playing in the final.
That was bad as well.
So
but
valid, but
In
like,
his defence, like he
just
did play
hilarious
all the
optics.
games. but yeah.
100%.
Just come out in your normal clothes, though, innit?
Just wear the
have a
trackie.
shirt. Yeah, exactly.
Just wear the trackie and the shitties on as
Yeah,
well.
literally, come on, man.
But I was just going to ask you. Obviously, he scored in that win against Swansea. As a player like him, I feel like he had a massive reputation. Obviously, like his level might just be the Championship. But
that's.
Do you have any, obviously apart from him stealing a medal at the
No,
Champions League final?
that's exactly it. No, I mean, I have no issues with the guy. I did love him when he was at Liverpool. I really wanted the best for him. I think his ceiling was, he couldn't really hit much at Liverpool. Like he suits the Championship more. There was a point he was at Sheffield United as well, and I really wanted him to do well there. Again, same thing. Like he just not be
Is that
good
during
enough.
COVID time?
That kind of era, yeah. So, all the best for him, really.
Still time. You
I'd
never
still
know.
hope that he does come out like really well. It was kind of a similar issue because it was when we also had Solanke at Liverpool, and it was the same. And then them two would be in like England under 19s, or whatever, just cooking. Like they'd be. That's when
But never in the
youth-
senior team.
Yeah,
It's like the unwanted
Yeah.
record that I think Nketiah has of like most goals for England under 21s.
Still cool though.
It's cool, but you.
Why were you there that long?
Why are you
Are
there
you
that
saying
long?
you
Not that
sacrificed
boy.
all those for like one tap in against Lithuania in the Euro qualifiers?
Maybe not
whatever it might
one.
be? Okay.
He might want
Well, what's
a
your
World Cup goal.
A World Cup goal.
He might
okay.
want a World Cup. He'd
Against-
probably sacrifice it.
like
Anyone.
a game that matters, or just like the 6-0 against like.
Well, I
Costa
mean,
Rica?
you'd sacrifice it for the World Cup winning goal, would you not?
Okay. Oh, you said World Cup winning goal. Oh wow, that's quite a big jump.
Drastically
I would
out of hand very
sacrifice.
quickly.
I would sacrifice all my under
I thought you
21
were
goals
meaning,
for that.
like a group stage game. You were talking about winning. Okay, fair enough.
I would though. I would sacrifice all of them.
So obviously we've
Or
also
none.
got.
I say it's like you're not Eddie and Kia.
All none. No, he told me though.
We've also got the still.
He's on the winging it pod. Sorry,
He is.
he's on the winging it
He's
pod.
on next
yeah,
guest
yeah.
spot.
He's our
What's my
guest.
game?
spot.
Big
Just
guest.
doing that for the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. He's on the winging it
That's
pod.
so fair. That's so fair.
Can we have him on our show after he's been on?
He's a bit busy.
bro.
Okay,
Playing for England under 21s.
He only likes that move.
yeah, boof one. Well, we also had this. We've also got the Steel Derby on Sunday. I think it's 12 p.m. kickoff. I think just to keep the crowds chill on a Sunday morning or just after Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. We had Harriet on 2 episodes ago. Who's a massive Sheffield Wednesday fan. They're obviously doomed for League One now, which is, as she described, it was a blessing in disguise. But Will, I was going to ask you: is that a bit of a wake-up call to other Championship sides like Watford when you see the plight of Sheffield Wednesday?
Sheffield Wednesday just have ridiculous owners, and I understand the irony of that as a Watford fan,
How
but
many
in the
managers
sense
have you
that
had
like,
this season?
like they do invest money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
okay.
I think it's like Chansiri or whatever. He's a tool. Like,
He's gone now. Isn't
he's
he?
an absolute. I mean, I think they got like new ownership, but yeah, I don't think that's a case of like complacency. They just have not invested enough money. They were also in League One a few seasons ago. Like it's been a mess there for a little while. But
They had that crazy playoff game.
yeah, the
4-4.
Peterborough one.
Yeah.
But I suppose the point I was trying to make to you and to all fans, but I suppose it's more relevant because you also support a team in the Championship. Is like does it sort of bring it close to home? Are you a bit worried? You know, one day
Yeah, I
the
mean,
owner could just turn around and be like, we don't have any money, and you're just stuck whilst it gets sorted out.
definitely,
basically.
you have to be. And particularly with the quality across the Championship now, like you can be dragged into it quite easily. We're seeing it this season. It's not just Sheffield Wednesday, but Norwich and West Brom and Leicester could all feasibly go down. In fact, one of them more than likely will, which is insane. Like these are teams which they're not Premier League. Well, Leicester were established in the Premier League, obviously won the fucking thing. But Norwich and West Brom, they've had years in there. Like,
well, it's like their money. Clearly, the legacy payments after getting relegated.
Yeah,
kind of
and
dried
I wouldn't
up
like you look at their squads. Like they're still very strong, but yeah, if it kind of just goes south, I suppose a little bit to Ludo's point last week with Fiorentina.
Yeah,
when you do suddenly get dragged into the relegation fight and you've got a bunch of quote unquote luxury players, or certainly players who thought they'd be challenging higher up the league, a lot of the time you don't have like the mentality to be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to really grind for these results, and as such you might end up in League One.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully for Sheffield Wednesday's story, they can have a bit of a redemption.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They'll be one of them big teams who eventually
get a slightly less psychotic owner, and who knows.
Yeah, good luck to them.
But yeah, Sheffield United as well. Naz, I was going to ask you, they've been going quite steady. Mentioned it briefly earlier about Chris Wilder obviously coming back in.
Yeah,
they never should have sacked him. Do you think they have a chance maybe having a bit of a playoff run, maybe getting promoted?
I don't think that they'll get all the way up there, but they, Chris Wilder being there is actually he's just made for them. Like they work so well together. We had Chris Wilder at Northampton Town, and he.
I thought you were going to say we had him on the pod.
That's next week's episode.
Yeah. And he
for our Patreon subscribers.
Okay,
he's one up.
Do we get a free subscription?
Sorry, go on.
No, he got Northampton Town promoted as well. So I know that he's just a manager that's capable of getting the job done, and I think a lot of teams just have respect for him. A lot of players have respect for him. So yeah, as long as he's at Sheffield United, they will be fine. And I think next season, if anything, they'll be back up. To do that. I think it's too much of a push this year. But
I was just shout out to, because I hope he stays, Patrick Bamford, who is now at Sheffield United.
Wait, he's number 45. No,
does he?
Something like that.
Balotelli.
So because he couldn't get number 9, so he's gone for 4. Oh, that's embarrassing.
He just loves Balotelli.
Does it? Okay. Because he's doing quite well, scoring a few goals. Nice to see him have a bit of a redemption as well, because he had a lot of injuries at Leeds.
Fuck Patrick Bamford, bro.
Okay, fair enough. Does he play for Watford?
Nah, but I remember we had some. He played for Borough when we got promoted in 2015. Okay. And there was some Player of the Year thing, and he somehow won it, even though it should have been Deeney.
The views of our guests are not those of the Friday Fixture.
This is a rival pod.
I'd like to clarify.
That's a lie, bro. Naz was talking about Patrick Bamford just outside.
Allegedly, none of that is true. Though I would like to go on record and say, Patrick, I've got no problems with you, mate.
Well, I quite like him. I have quite
a the shit where he went Burnley when Dyche was in charge, and Patrick Bamford's like, he's got like quite a posh accent. Obviously, Sean Dyche is just like silver spoon, and he was just like, oh fuck,
silver spoon, mate.
Get out of here.
Silver spoon. Get out of my club.
So, in terms of
who is that? That is
that can't be Sean Dyche.
It's roughly along those lines, right?
Stop talking. In terms of like Championship promotion, who do you think is going to go up this season? Obviously, for like Coventry and Borough, maybe for the top 2.
Yeah.
Who out of the other places do we see? Ipswich.
You got to fancy Ipswich.
Ipswich. Now, just quickly.
Wrexham.
Just loves to be different, bro.
I'm going to go Ipswich as well.
Well, they're going to win the last one like 5-0, 6-0.
No, Wrexham are actually going to win the championship.
Oh, right.
They're going to win it all.
Miracle run.
Tell us another one of your stories. How is this going to happen? Every game, the scenarios now.
Just keep an eye out on the Friday Fixture Instagram. I'll be giving you a full season prediction.
On our Patreon channel, we do long form, where we talk where Naz goes every game in
Friday Fixture
details.
I'll be doing a match report on Charlton Wrexham. Genuinely, though.
So
in a week and a
you will.
half. Get posted on Will Farquharson City Instagram.
Okay, very nice.
L Substack, they will.
Sorry. Okay, let's carry on. I said, I'm going to go with Ipswich. That's who I think are going to get promoted. Okay, let's move on now. So we've got Women's FA Cup 5th round this weekend. There's 2 games I think that stand out, Naz, unless you disagree. But it's Chelsea versus Man United. I feel like that's the big game. Lauren James in the last game against Liverpool, she looks bloody amazing. I mean, she always does.
She is.
But I feel like she's very unlucky with injuries. A bit like, ironically, a bit like her brother. But I think if she was to stay fit for a consistent amount of time, she could be one of, if not the world's best player. I really think she's got everything the ingredients to be that player.
Yeah, she is. She is, but she's not consistent enough. Like
Okay,
when
but
she's
because
when
of the
she-
injuries, though, right?
Not even just because of that. There are games I'll see her and she will just kind of. She's one of those players that is kind of reminds me of like, not this year's Salah, but Salah in general has always been. Will float around and then will get the ball and have like a 20-minute spell where he'll just cook everyone. Like Lauren James kind of feels like that to me.
Okay.
But then the rest of the game she might just kind of not be that present or just ghosting a little. However, yeah, when she wants to turn it on. Easily up there with the best. In the
Well,
world.
it's like the example in that game. You had two prime examples of it, where like the assist shimmy, she like gets past the player, crosses it in, they score the header, and then the goal where she goes past the defender and then boots it like middle of the goal on the left hand side. Really world class play from her.
Her highlight reel is unbelievable.
Yeah,
She's
okay,
cold.
by
bro.
the way,
Like, when
are
you're
you
watching
really-
England, and that's really
Oh, yeah.
all the women's football I have consumed.
Yeah, of
but
course.
in the Euros last summer, like there are a few of them, but she's one of them where you're like, damn, like
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, they're the James family from like Richmond, Sheen kind of area, and I've got mates down there, and Chirac, they played with them, the Jameses,
Okay.
and they said that Lauren would play with all the boys of that age and just completely smoke them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
She
surprised.
is genuinely a very, very good footballer.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's recently biased, but I've watched her last couple of games, and I think she's the level up she seems to be getting to. But you're right. I guess it is about the consistency. I don't think the injuries have helped her.
No.
So maybe that if she gets a run of form where she doesn't get injured and just maybe has a full season without some form of injury, then maybe my statement lands more true.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Is there like
But,
is there like an established like best player in the
Bon
Women's
Mati?
Super League?
It's the
Oh, no.
Ballon d'Or Feminine, yeah.
No,
Right.
Super League.
No, but like in the Super League, as in, like, yeah.
Oh, I don't actually know who would be considered the best. The
I
best.
feel like Lauren
WSL player.
James would be up there.
Sure, definitely.
Beth Mead as well. There's
Russo.
Yeah, Leah Williamson. There's definitely some I mean, most of Arsenal squad when they're on
That's what
form.
I'm thinking. It's pretty much the entire Arsenal squad.
Yeah.
Hannah Hampton as well as goal for Chelsea.
I can't
very,
remember. She
very
plays for
good
the Lionesses.
goalkeeper.
She had the £1 million move from City.
Oh, Olivia. No.
Yeah.
Olivia
Yeah, Chloe Kelly.
Yes,
I never hear
Will
about
Smith.
her if it's
Came
not
from
like
Liverpool.
an international
From Liverpool.
tournament.
Is she at City or the Lionesses?
Arsenal now.
Yeah. She
Oh,
went
it is
Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Yeah,
it is
she
Arsenal.
went Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's Arsenal.
Call yourself an Arsenal fan, mate.
Oh, no, that is poor. Bad myself. We'll cut that bit out, yes, Seth. Cheers, mate.
So obviously they're playing Man United, who are obviously playing in the Champions League on Thursday evening. So let's hope they've done well by the time this comes out for a record. They've come off a 2-1 victory against the London City Lionesses. Jess Park, great finish. You check that out if you have not seen it. It's a really lovely goal, and then Turner with a headed winner. I think they might struggle a little bit because of the Champions League, a little bit like the men's teams. It's quite hard to match the two and do well in the league. But I think they're third in the league at the moment. Obviously, the league feels a bit wrapped up, sadly, with Man City women, so it'd be interesting. But yeah, the other game I thought would be quite interesting to talk about is the Merseyside derby. Obviously, all the games are being played at Goodison Park, which I think is a good thing. What do people think about the
Are
grounds?
they not? Oh, it's a great ground.
Yeah, so they didn't. So basically, in the summer, there was a
used
lot of
it.
narrative about them knocking Goodison Park down,
Yeah.
and they decided to play the Everton women's games there.
That's
so
sick.
it's amazing. So
Yeah.
you can drink in the stands, which obviously, you look quite excited about that. So if you fancy a trip up to
Selling me
Goodison
out
Park, we
like
can go. So I think that it's quite a community feel. I think a lot of the locals are delighted because a lot of them were really worried about like the businesses, like the coffee shops and the pubs.
I can imagine it will bring
So,
more
yeah.
fans in as well. Fans that just want to go to Goodison for
Yeah, because
old time's
going to
sake.
it,
Yeah,
the
like
new stadium, what's it called again? The new Everton Stadium.
Hill Dickinson.
Hill Dickinson,
Hill
sorry,
Dicky,
yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, that's a little bit further away from where Goodison is based. It's a bit of a walk, isn't
on
it?
the
I think?
docks, yeah.
By the
So-
Mersey.
Too far, though.
it's a lovely,
I think
lovely
the
park.
Boss-
Beautiful city, Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's lovely, mate.
Stunning place.
Yeah, it's great,
Stunning,
lads.
lads.
Yeah,
Um,
but sorry.
This game, though, I don't think will be at Goodison. I think it's Liverpool at
apologies.
home for
Oh, my
this one.
bad. I
But they
apologise.
play at St Helens Park, I believe it is. This game will be
Is that
at.
the same one as the rugby
The
still?
rugby.
I think it. I'm not sure. I need to double check.
Yeah, probably is.
But-
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah, I think probably Everton are favourites. Liverpool are languishing near the bottom of the league. So yeah, I think probably.
I thought we'd get relegated this year, but it looks like I think it's West Ham that are not looking great
No.
as well. So might save us from a bit of misery there. Keep us in the WSL.
Nice. Well, let's move on to the reason. Well, not one of the only reasons, but one of the reasons we've got Ciaran on the pod, who's wearing his.
Wait!
He's kitted out in his Arsenal
Get
scarf.
this on, Seffi. There we go.
The camera now. The camera's going to go off now.
Anywho, sorry.
They obviously got the North London derby on Sunday. It's a big 4:30 p.m. kickoff, I believe. I've asked all the Arsenal pundits we've had on this pod about the quadruple. Firstly, for you, Ciaran, is it on? Are you going to win the quadruple?
No, I don't think we win the Champions League this year.
Okay, because Ollie was very confident. He also described Yokeres as a fridge, which is quite funny. But he was very confident about Arsenal's chances in all competitions.
No, I like having a little pinch of realism in there.
Okay, that's nice. It's good to have that.
I don't think we win the Champions League, especially because I think we win the Prem, and I think we don't get it wrapped up early enough for us to take our foot off the gas. We get a bit lax. We'll face someone like PSG, like we did last year, and they will just have too much for us in the Champions League.
Do you think the draw against Brentford, obviously that's a hard place to go to. Obviously they scraped past Mansfield.
Macclesfield, yeah.
Yeah, that was it, Mansfield. They scraped past Macclesfield in the FA Cup. That's a hard place to go to away. I mean, obviously they've been doing really well with Keith Andrews, so it's probably not a point to be dismissed at. I feel that's a good result.
No, definitely.
But for you, obviously dropping quite a lot of points of recent times, especially around Christmas, New Year's, there's been a bit of a blip here and there.
Well, I don't know if I've said this a few times, but after the United game, I said we had to win the next three, which was Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford. We obviously not. We got 2 out of the 3 and then a draw. Yeah, but I'll take it. Brentford is a very hard place to go. In all fairness, they were better than us second half, especially after they scored. It was more likely they would score another than we would, I think. But hey, we've got.
I think the irritating thing for you is that City went there and won 1-0 earlier in the season when Brentford weren't very good, and now Brentford are really good. Yeah, but City ain't got to go there, so you have lost that sort of 2 points.
Yeah. But I will say they're running well. They're both very similar now after their Liverpool game. I was looking at that as like a.
Is that Liverpool away, or is it at?
It's the one that just happened, the 2-1.
Oh, my bad.
When we were looking at the run-in before that game, I was like, this is the one where we can...
You've both played Liverpool, haven't you?
Yeah.
Home and away. Yeah.
And we lost, they won to Liverpool away. But our run-ins are very similar now. I think we both play Chelsea, we both play Newcastle.
Both play each other.
Is it Newcastle? Oh, you do. Is it Newcastle away as well?
Both
that's
at
always a bit
home.
of a
both at home.
Okay.
Because we scraped the 2-1.
Going to say
St. the last minute winner.
Yeah. City lost, didn't they?
But I was going to ask you as well, because Eze I thought had a really good game, the 4-0 win, which is kind of tied up by like the 30th minute in the FA Cup on Sunday.
Do I know? I was there.
Oh, were you?
I was there. Yeah.
I didn't realise you were there.
No, I was there.
He well, you can tell us how he was IRL then.
He was really
in
good.
person. Does he look?
It really bugged me out because when we got in, I had checked the team news. Then we get in and we're there for like the start of the game, and Saka's starting when he wasn't beforehand, and he's starting in like the 10 role where like Odegaard was, because we had Madueke and Saka, and then Jesus up top, and then Eze was kind of like dropping back a little bit deeper, picking it up on the halfway line, and he was just like fizzing balls about. He was honestly so good. The first 2 goals were both his.
The cutback goal.
The passes were so good.
Really good. Because I feel like is that sort of an audition maybe for him? Because I feel like maybe his level wasn't to be a starter for Arsenal. Maybe his level was always to be a star for a team like Crystal Palace, and obviously win the FA Cup and do amazingly well there. Maybe just have to accept that he's not good enough to be a starter for Arsenal. Maybe he's one of those impact players that comes in occasionally but comes off the bench often. I don't know what you think.
I definitely think he's good enough to start for us. Okay. But the problem is when Odegaard got injured, that was his time to really go like grab it by the balls and it's my role.
It was the Spurs game, wasn't it? The Spurs
game.
Yeah,
and I thought that would be his little platform. Yeah. Bang, he's going.
But wasn't it after that Odegaard came back essentially?
Yeah.
Maybe that was Odegaard.
But then he got injured again, and then he got another couple run-arounds. And then he was like, but he just never did. And if they're both performing at the same-ish level, which for the last few games they kind of have, Arteta's always picking Odegaard over him. Yeah. It's just his guy.
Martin Odegaard, most overrated player in the Prem. And that's not because he's not good. He's just put on this pedestal, I think.
Not anymore, though. No?
Well, I suppose not by the average fan, but certainly by Arteta. I don't know. He has like this weird kind of... hypnosis. It feels like. Like, do you know what
I
I mean?
like how you said that with the
some
Kogo
talent in.
move.
Odegaard,
There's
really
some
impressive.
Shit,
But it's just
I'm
like,
start doing it.
I've said this to Ciaran a million times. Like, he just gets the spot in the Arsenal starting lineup, and I'm like, why is that just a given?
Because he played for Real Madrid.
It's because he's captain, though. I think that he kind of
Yeah,
just feels
there
like
is
he
an
has
element
to.
to that.
But like, you could give Declan Rice the armband.
You could,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
but
There's
apparently-
players who could be captain,
But I
but
think
it's
I
a
heard
weird
that
one.
this is the team.
No, it is. They all love him.
Want
They all
Martin
love him.
Odegaard to be their captain.
They all love him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have it. I mean,
It's quite unassuming, isn't he? Just on the face of it. I don't know the bloke, but it doesn't seem
I'm with
like-
you. Well, I don't get it. Like
as I say, really good. That sort of first season where Arsenal challenged, he was amazing,
outstanding. Yeah.
and he's beautiful to watch at times. But again, like I've said it to Ciaran, I feel like particularly with Arsenal, when they struggle for goals quite a lot of the time. And Eze, as much as I know he didn't score loads, but he is a goal threat. Like, we've seen it throughout his career in the Prem.
Yeah.
I personally think like he should be given more of a go in the team.
I know.
Whereas it feels like
I will
Odegaard,
add
it's just like he's there. Do you know what I mean?
with the upcoming game, we know he loves a game against Spurs.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another player who historically likes a game against Spurs is Saka, who signed a new deal, 5-year deal. His output this season not been like what you'd imagine from a player like Saka. But yeah, do you think that? I feel like sometimes signing a new contract can either spur a player on or do what
Gives him a
happened
little
sadly
boost.
to Salah in a way where he's kind of gone off the ball a little bit. You could argue. Yeah, you excited about that? Do you think sort of cement
Yeah.
his-
I mean, he's just one of those
his
players
place?
where, like, he is just Arsenal at the moment. Like, he is the Arsenal team. He's been there from when we were shit. He's now like the face of Arsenal. Now we're doing good, even though like you said, he hasn't been as good this season. Battled with injuries and whatnot, and but just to know we have him, that there aren't going to be any other people come sniffing. It's a lovely feeling.
Yeah, and also, do you think that the fluidity that you had in the Champions League in terms of the style of play, can that, now that it's 4 points, isn't it? So it's still quite a lot of bit of a gap, but it's hotting up. But do you think that sort of silky football that you seem to be playing in Champions League can be transferred over to the Premier League, or is it just a bit of a nervy, just get it over the line kind of vibes like you're saying?
No, I don't think we'll be nervy. Try to get it over the line. Like, we've been here for the past 4 years, less so last year, but coming into February, March, and like we've been in first or point or two off second. Like, we've been here. I know there'll be the whole, but you never got it done.
You don't think it'll be nervy?
No. We won't play nervy.
Oh, I see.
Like,
I see. I think you will.
I think we play kind of meaty anyway, but we're just very solid defensively. We'll get our 1-0s.
To be fair, I agree. I think the fact that you're built upon that strong like defensive anchor, it does work in your favour when it comes to
definitely
towards the end of the season, because it's not like they have to show out and rely on attackers to win.
Yeah.
Like, that's been the issue.
Yeah.
I agree. That defence ain't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Which it has in previous. When we were challenging that first year, Saliba got
Holding.
injured, and we had Rob Holding get a
Holding
red
gets
card.
it.
Fuck hell, mate. Horrid. But yeah, they are. That back line is, I think, too good for us to lose the league this year.
Fair enough. Well, let's also talk about your rivals in that game, Spurs. Obviously, they've brought in Igor Tudor as their manager. Naz is a bit of a sort of got a reputation as a bit of a quick fix kind of bloke. Only lost one of his first 9 games when he was in charge of Juventus. Do you think they're kind of packing up and just accepting that they're just kind of consolidating and trying not to get relegated?
Well, I'm looking at it now, and it does seem like a bit silly to have got rid of Thomas Frank, given where they are in the season. Like, league, they're not really going for anything, and Champions League, they've been doing great with Frank at the helm. So I don't really know what's going to change. Like, Tudor's only really going to come in and bring them up to like 13th, right, in the end. So, and like, we have no idea if he'll do anything good in the Champions League. You never know. It might be a masterstroke. He might be a knockout competition. You know, like Unai Emery wizard.
Thomas Tuchel, you're saying they're going to win the Champions League?
And you never know. Igor Tudor might be like some insane tactical genius when it comes to knockouts.
Doing Ange.
But I doubt it.
Yeah. I've written down that they got to fix the goalkeeper, defence, midfield and attack. So it's not got much to sort
I think
out.
it's such a shit appointment, honestly. Like, for Spurs,
Is it
as you
Watford,
said,
any
it's
chance?
at Udinese, funnily enough. So
Was
under
it?
the same ownership. But it's like, as you say, like, I know people have floated it. They're not going to get relegated. They could do well in Europe. They also have a really young squad, and you kind of get this manager in who, like, what's he doing? Like, what is his one thing? Like, is he going to progress the younger players? No, I don't think so. I think his record with young players is actually really bad. think they would have had a better chance in Europe under Frank based on what's happened before. And the league is done. I think they don't get relegated, and then if they move up, it doesn't really matter. So it's just like, what's really going on there? Sure, sack Frank, like if it was all getting like toxic out of hand, fine. But get someone in interim who's actually gonna like progress something. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like for them they've been unlucky because they're obviously missing Kulusevski and Maddison, who are like two of their best players and been very strong.
Their
for
injury
many
list is
years.
just.
I think we spoke about this. Is it unlucky though when you have it like 2 seasons in a row and your whole team's injured? Like something is clearly going wrong there.
But my last question I was going to ask is, does Richarlison have a renaissance now under Tudor, or is he done in the Premier League? Do you think he's going to ever
he's another
play
one, isn't he?
at the level he was at Everton? Because I feel like he's never really matched that
Permanently
level.
injured, isn't he?
He is, but I just feel like that is obviously a big factor. And we talked about Lauren James earlier. Obviously, you can't help an injury, but when he's fit, he has like one good game and then
Those
maybe
sparks.
like 10 off. But there is a player in there, Naz. Would you say so? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, and I think he wants a place in the Brazil World Cup squad. So this is his last real
Don't we?
chance to. Yeah, exactly. It's his last real chance to, really put his name in the hat.
let's just move on. So just to finish on now. So Naz, we're doing quite a long pod, so we'll finish on this day. So
We can absolutely talk
Naz,
about on this day.
what have you got for
Today's
us?
on this day is a relatively recent one. So we're only going back to 2023.
Does it even count as an on this day?
It does.
up, Kieran.
It kind of has
Why
a
are you
little bit.
ruining it?
Actually,
I'm sorry,
let's
It's
do it.
got a little bit
Shut
more of a history to it.
Never allowed back on the
Um,
Friday.
So in 2008, so this is just to preface the story, but in 2008, Tom Hanks announced that he was an Aston Villa fan because he attended a premiere in London of his film Charlie Wilson's War, and he just said basically he supports Aston Villa because he just likes the name. He said it sounds like old worldy, and he said Aston Villa sounds like a lovely little place. It sounds like a spa, is what he said. So what he did was
Sounds a bit weird.
he was like, okay, let me go to a game. Only took him 15 years, but he did decide on Saturday the 18th of February to turn up for Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and Aston Villa took the lead in 5 minutes through Ollie Watkins. They led
I thought
twice,
we were going to get
Did
the
they?
score.
but then Arsenal
no
won the
trivia
game
or
in
nothing.
stoppage time.
When
we
was this?
do.
What season again?
Yeah.
February
Martinelli,
23.
wasn't it?
So that
23.
took Arsenal to the top of the table. They were pushing, and then as we know, they did not win the league that season.
I was going to say, he won the league that year. That's a shame.
But yeah, so I guess I just wanted to hear about your guys' experiences with your clubs and celebrity supporters. Has anyone significant gone to a time? Arsenal's got
Oh,
plenty.
mate, we got
some good names.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah, you got some good.
We
good
win.
names.
The one that
We got
upset
Elton John, bro.
Oh, fuck, yeah, fair.
the one that
James
upsets,
Bond.
I hope
the one
you
that
don't,
upsets
man.
me because I don't think he's an actual
Daniel.
actual Chelsea fan is because I think he's QPR, but Central C.
Yeah.
He's got like this massive.
Say he's a
Like,
Central C fan, Robbie.
yeah, I'm a massive Central C fan, but he's got like tattoos of QPR, and Chelsea, which shows.
Bro, he lives like right next to Loftus Road.
Yeah,
So
I'm not really sure what the thing is there. We've also got
He's
the
begging
one
it.
that is big is we've got Madonna. I don't think you can
That's a
probably
good one.
beat
That is a
Madonna,
good one.
but
Pretty
yeah, that's
big.
probably mine. Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty
big.
big.
Elton John wins, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's-
Plus we got a
that's-
stand named
that's a
after him.
solid one.
And
Elton
can
John.
Madonna name a Chelsea player right now?
Probably
I'm
not,
sure.
no.
So, I mean, does it count? Dua Lipa's a cool one, though.
Yeah, that
So she
Dua
was
Lipa's
at
cool.
the Villa.
Although her
home game.
boyfriend's actually a Chelsea fan. The guys from James Bond, right?
Callum Turner.
Yeah.
He's Chelsea,
Is he?
massive
Chelsea fan?
Yeah, yeah.
We kind of claimed Dua Lipa for Liverpool as well.
Oh,
She has a little-
that was special to
because
be
of
fair.
one
Claim
kiss.
it, though.
Because of
Yes.
one kiss in the Champions League final. Like,
She
which
don't,
is kind
she
of-
don't claim you.
And she
Yeah.
still ain't going to your
That's
games.
fair. You also have Anne Hathaway with Arsenal as
we
well.
do.
Yes.
Who loves Leandro Trossard?
So
Can't really beat that.
that one is also a bit mad to be. Yeah, we have Daniel Craig at
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool.
That's
so,
true.
You know,
Oh, you got
good
LeBron,
And
bro.
LeBron
And
James.
LeBron.
And we got
And
LeBron.
LeBron.
He owns part of us. Yeah.
Does he
so-
go to all the games?
He goes to when he can, I think, but obviously he's a busy guy.
That's
Seen
fair
the video
play.
of him getting interviewed. I don't know. I think it might be before that Kiev final. And it's Crouchy and Maya Jama, and they're like, "Did you watch the Liverpool game when you beat Roma?" He's like, "I actually missed that one." But
There's a really funny video of LeBron on International Women's Day, and he's got like a woman on horse, and he's like, first of all, and he's wearing a Liverpool shirt. So it's like, happy International Women's Day. Oh, thanks.
go ahead.
So we've got some big names. I mean, Lana Del Rey's in there as well. Yeah, pretty
gonna
good
list
roster
all
as well.
of them.
No, I'm just saying.
What was yours?
Just just
What was
saying
yours,
that
Naz?
Liverpool might have that one too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
fair.
for me.
Well, on that note, we've come to the end of the podcast. Thank you, Naz. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Ciaran.
Thank you, guys.
Seth.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you to Ed on social as well. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
See you soon.
Love.